Welcome in everybody to this week's edition of Valpo All Access. Brandon Vickery with you. Glad to be joined by Valpo women's tennis senior Claire Czerwonka. Claire, thanks for joining us today. I'm excited to chat with you a little bit about your time here on Valpo's campus. You've certainly been an outstanding representative of Valpo on and off the tennis court. And let's start with that in general. Just so far, how would you describe your experience at Valpo and what the Valpo experience has meant to you?
I have had probably one of the best college experiences ever at Valpo. And one thing my coach always says to me is the end goals when we leave here is I want you to look back and say, I would do it all again. I'd go to Valpo, I'd choose Valpo. And that's absolutely true for me. Like everyone's been great here. My time here has been great. Everyone's super supportive of me. And my sister's here as well with me. So it's just the best I could ask for.
Let's talk about that. You touched on the fact that you get the chance to play with your sister. Just what was it like when she was deciding where to attend college? How did those conversations go? And then what's it been like to have her here?
Yeah, I always wanted, I grew up playing with her and I've always wanted to, we've been so close. So it was like a dream to go to college with her. And honestly, we never really thought that it would never crossed our mind that we would end up playing at the same school, but kind of like the chips all fell into place and everything worked out the way it did. And now we're here and not only we're on the same team, but we also play doubles together. So it's great.
I'll touch on some of the off the court storylines with you in a moment, but let's talk on the court first. Obviously, I think anyone that's seen you play knows you're a fierce competitor. Just how would you describe your style of play out there on the court?
I don't like losing. So obviously I play the one spot. So all the other girls are just as tough as I am and they're out there battling for the same thing that I am. I mean, we're on center court, so all the attention a lot of times is directed right at us. And I like it. And to go back to my coach, he always says he's in the foxhole with me. So he's out there and I'm fighting for every point. And I think my style is I don't give up 3 points to my opponents. I'll sit out there all day and I'll fight for points. And yeah, that's how I am.
You mentioned Coach Modesto. Just what's it been like to play for him, and what's your relationship like with him?
He's amazing. I think anyone can tell just by looking at the stats. I mean, he's taken the program that was already good and he's made it even better. He had our first class of recruits this year. So it was his first recruiting class this year. And he picked up 3 amazing girls. And our team has just grown so much since I was here as a freshman. It's just gotten even better. And we're competing with tough teams and it's great.
Let's talk about your major. I mean, how do you handle the balance of nursing with tennis and being a Division I student athlete? And just what's your experience been like in Valpo's nursing program?
Yeah, I always tell everyone that I don't know what I would do if I wasn't busy. I'd always figure out okay, I have tennis after practice, or I've to do a test today, or I have school today, and I have to do blah 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 before I go play tennis. So I'm work on a really strict schedule, and it works for me. That's what I've done my whole life. I've grown up practicing till 9:30 at night and then I have to go do homework. So it's just I'm used to it. My body's used to it. And I like it. I don't think I could function any other way. So.
And on top of that, I know you're involved on campus, you're involved with volunteer work. Just what are some of those involvements you can tell us about, and why, so when you're able to fit those into your schedule, kind of community service and being a part of the campus community are important to you?
Yeah, one of the things I'm in is SAC, which is really prevalent on campus. And then I'm signed up for the community engagement and subcommittee of that. So a lot of the stuff that we do is service-based and community oriented. And I take a lot of what I learned from nursing because they provide us with a lot of community and service opportunities there, and apply it to SAC. And then again, with my team, we all love to go out and do things together. One of the things that we've done is volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club, and then St. Teresa and Cafe Mana and stuff like that. So we just like to get out and give back to the community that's given them so much to us.
As you look ahead to the rest of your time here at Valpo, just what are some things you hope to accomplish with the program? What are kind of your goals here moving forward?
I think that I'm happy with everything and the way that everything's going so far. but I'd like to keep pushing forward and win as much as I can. For this year, my biggest accomplishment that I want to happen is to get to go to conference and win conference. And I definitely think we have a chance this year. I also want to do, I love playing with my sister, and I want to get in the record books with her as a team. So that would be great. But for this year, I'm looking for the conference championship.
Well, thanks for carving a few minutes out for us of your busy schedule. I enjoyed chatting with you, and continued success going forward.
Yeah, thanks so much.
There she is, Claire Czerwonka, our guest this week on Valpo All Access. For all the latest in Valpo athletics, including the latest on Valpo women's tennis, you can check out valpoathletics.com or follow Valpo Athletics on social media.